That's your vice president. Wow. 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 What world are we living in? Oh, I love and hate that video at the same time. Hello, my name's Louis Herms. Welcome to SBG News and Views. Robert Imbriel may or may not be joining us later. He had an appointment. He's heading back as fast as he can. We have a great show lined up for you today. With all the weirdness that's out there, I think we're going to try to connect the dots. I would like to say thank you to everybody that's watching. We love and feel that how supportive you are, and we hope we make a difference in your life daily, because that's really our goal, is to make a difference. Big huge thank you out to Robert, wonderful Lisa. We have Eric out there, and Denise, and then we have Ronnie, and Lachelle, and yeah, it is. I mean, the list goes on and on. If I leave anybody out, which I always do, I apologize. But thank you to everybody. You guys are wonderful, and thank you for all your support and putting these shows together. So, let's get started. Due to the fact that they're letting everybody else. Another thing he said is there's a no bail thing going on. So there's another reason why they're having trouble holding. Another thing he said before they can even finish the paperwork, he watches these people walk from the detention center past the processing center at the police station. So this is the intentional destruction from the Marxist left of our country. This is their goal, is what they're trying to do. So they institute all these laws. He's very, very frustrated. Now, the reality is they can probably, a sheriff can get away with detaining him, but if he doesn't have the facilities and he tries to detain them separate within the sheriff's office, that adds a whole nother issue too. So I think he's probably trying to do a pretty good job, and he's frustrated. So let me give you another example of how this is all pretty much real-time stuff. Check out the Border Patrol giving a helping hand. So, regardless of whether you, me, or anybody else believe the white hats are in control, it's all a movie or not, I think we need to honestly be very, very concerned about the migrants entering the border in masses. And we have to be even more concerned that the Border Patrol is now physically assisting them. Not just giving them high fives. They're like, hey guys, let's lift up this fence for you and get you on over here. So as Josh Hawley would say, maybe they were too busy making sandwiches. So this is a concern we need to pay attention to. Let's give you another example of how they are, I say, ritualistically trying to do the destruction of the United States. Let's go into, this is not in the United States, but this gives you the same idea. So they're talking about beheadings in the Middle East. Whether you believe them or not, whether they're happening or not, it's headline news everywhere. But Trudeau and his kid, who knows if it's his kid, but Castro, I meant. Did I say Trudeau? I meant Justin Castro. So that's just a few examples right now how they're trying to have the systematic destruction of the world. So let's go with Herms brings the heat. The goal of the cabal, let's call them Cabal'ists, is to divide us physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. They need to divide because to divide is to conquer. They use calculated, long-planned, scripted chaos to create fear and unsettling feelings within inside of us, which in turn requires what? A solution. Then the cabal graciously gives us a solution. This is the Hegelian dialectic that many of you already know. Now, this would be bleak, but guess what? We are winning. And we're winning at a pace that is unstoppable. The awakening is so great that the genie can never be stuffed back in that bottle again. The one thing the baddies can't combat is awareness. And we are aware. We are awake. We are waking in masses. And the deep state is ordering cases of depend undergarments right now by the thousands because they are wetting themselves. So, how are we winning? Well, we're going to show you a few examples later on in the show. But first, let's talk Numi. Now, why do I push Numi so hard? I am so passionate about this product. It seems like everybody that takes it seems to have an equal passion because the results are fantastic. So Numi has three products. The two main products are glutathione based, and glutathione is by far the most powerful antioxidant on the planet. And what it really does is it signals your mitochondria to get to work and do the job it needs to do. And therefore, the mitochondria goes, hey, I see a problem here. I see a problem here. Problem you don't even know about. Let's get to work, because God gave us a beautiful, perfect system of healing. The Cabal has done everything they can to interrupt that system. So a product like Numi, NutraSwish, and the spray for skin is phenomenal. And now they just introduced Hers, and Hers takes care of virtually all the challenges that women have around, let's say, that time of month, and some post-menopause, menopause, and so on and so forth. And I'm hearing fantastic results from it. So we're hoping to report more, but these are fantastic products, very, very reasonable priced. And just go to my link right there, lherms.numi.com, and get yours today. So how are we winning? I know sometimes it seems like it's not. Now remember, so she organized demonstrations that saw Colston's statue toppled in Bristol, so on and so forth. So anyways, she scammed a whole bunch of money from donors, and she did it to enhance her own lifestyle. And guess what? She's going to jail for 2.5 years. Now, you need to ask yourself honestly, try not to be negative, just be very pragmatic. Do you think even a year ago that she would have got sentenced to 2.5 years? I don't think so. I think things are going in the right direction. So let me give you another example of that. The Supreme Court is winning over and over again. They are giving us wins over and over. Small ones, but they're completely rewriting the corporate cabal's way of doing business. And I do believe the corporation is gone, and I do believe the evidence shows that President Trump is the 19th, not the 45th president of the United States. So the Supreme Court seems to be winning over and over. They just had another win for Trump. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but Trump signed a tariff. It's a steel tariff for other countries. So he put a tariff on their imports coming in. President Biden never released that tariff. And guess what? They were trying to overturn it in court. Supreme Court said, nope, that tariff stays in place. That just happened. That's another win. Let me show you another win. This is from The Atlantic. The Atlantic, as we know, is not a pro-President Trump media outlet. And right here, they just put out, Donald Trump deserves a fair trial, just like anyone else. Interesting. You think they're running scared? Let's play this video from Eric Holder, Obama's lackey, or maybe he's Obama's handler. Ah, that's right. Now, interesting enough, that shows me a couple things. It shows us that they are absolutely running scared. And that's a big deal. They also know that they throw that golden boomerang and it smacks them right back in the face. I believe that he's signaling the judge on what to do and what not to do, because this is what the cabal does. There's certain figures out there. I believe Eric Holder is one, and there's a few other figures that are out there that actually do public signaling on newspapers and news shows, and they're giving the information to the rest of the cabal because you have plausible denial. They say, I never talked to the judge. The judge, remember, is a puppet like most judges are. I hate to say that, but that's just the way it is. That's the construct of our country. So I believe it's Eric Holder is afraid that the judge maybe is pushing too hard and may try to throw Trump in jail, and understands the backlash because the cabal is absolutely running scared. So this, to me, is another win. Another win. Let's go on to, we're going to play a video real quick. This is just on Rogan and Elon talking about ventilators, but just the fact that this information is constantly coming out and flowing from big personalities. Doesn't matter if you agree with them or not. The fact they're coming out from big personalities, I believe, is another win. So let's play Rogan and Elon. Arrogant, yes. Funny, also yes. So again, virtually everything we're talking about is starting to come out. And, whether it was this program, somebody else's program, somebody watching, we've been saying this stuff for years. So the fact is, you have mainstream figures, I'm not saying mainstream media, but mainstream figures that are starting to disclose this information is very, very powerful, because the awakening is here. Again, that genie's not going back in the bottle. So we need to embrace it. And we're going to talk about that more in the upcoming future. But here's a Trump truth that I think is very interesting, that we're going to dive into that right now. So this is, Trump was congratulating Congressman Jeff Van Drew. And it says, I congratulate you for your perseverance and success in defeating the horrendous Ørsted Ocean Wind 1 and 2 projects, which were to be built off the coast of South Jersey. Think about it, guys. This is how you're being lied to. That's the way you can have a conversation with what they call a normie. But are they normies, or are we normies? I don't know. I think we're all abnormal, and I think that's God's gift to us also. All right, so there's been a lot of talk about a wonderful program called RememberYourOath.com. Damn, I'm a rapper. Woo! I'm a poet, and I know it. So what's interesting about this is we're getting a lot of feedback, and great feedback. Somebody came up with a phenomenal idea yesterday. Let's write letters to the sheriffs. Like, we'll do a letter writing campaign, you guys, to the sheriffs. Now, but individually. What that means is, for example, we as RYO, Remember Your Oath, our team will write the individual letters to hold the sheriffs accountable to their oath. You don't have to worry about that. But we're suggesting, maybe when we find a great sheriff doing something great, maybe we send him 100 or 1,000 letters and just say, hey, we really appreciate what you're doing. So we're going to start to do that also, because we have to support them and hold them accountable at the same time. So that was a fantastic idea that came across right here from We the People yesterday. It was wonderful. So we are going to enact that. And I think so far Grady Judd is getting the most votes. So he may be the first one that we do this with. So finally, we have a final image for the t-shirts. I know people have been asking about the shirts. I screwed up on the spelling of the shirts. Of course, only a Lewis would do that, right? I should have reviewed it when it came across my desk, and I didn't do that, so I need to take accountability for that. But God works in wonderful, mysterious ways, because I kept thinking, I want the message to be different, and I really wanted a flag on the shirt. Well, guess what? That very expensive screw-up got me to thinking, and here's what we came up with. So the back of the shirt now is just beautiful. It's going to say RememberYourOath.com. It says, Sheriffs and Civil Servants, we support you and hold you accountable. Very simple, beautiful. On the front, it will say Deputy for Freedom, and it will have a badge. Gorgeous. So we're going to put that up on our site pretty soon, within the next day or two. If you guys order the shirts, know you're going to get this shirt. If you've already ordered, you're going to get this shirt, not the previous shirt. And this is not a moneymaker for us, guys. We're literally putting these up for cost. And my beautiful wife is like, can you make sure it's cost and not below cost? Because we're always losing money. I go, I'm doing my best. So they're going to be up there for what we think is cost, with the shipping, handling, and all that stuff that goes around it, because we just want to get out there. But again, we're here working for We the People. So you can download the image if you would like. We're going to put them up there. We're going to put bumper stickers up there, stencils up there, a whole bunch of things, and print the stuff yourself for free. Nothing from us. But we need as many people to support the Remember Your Oath program. So go to the website today. Go to RememberYourOath.com. All we're asking is for you to put your email in. The app is almost done. We will explain the app further, but it is a game changer. Guys, give me a couple weeks to get everything dialed in. I've dedicated my time off the tour to this project while I'm working on some other stuff at home. I'm not even traveling for a while, because we're going to make Remember your oath the best it possibly can be. And this will be, I believe, will be seen in history when we look back as a catalyst for we the people taking our country back. Guess what? It's free, by the way. What's your excuse now? Go do it. All right. So enough for rememberyouroath.com. So I've got a frustrating update. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson was just on video saying we cannot let Russia win against Ukraine or Putin win against Ukraine. Now, here's where we have to step back for a second, in my opinion. Definitely shouldn't be funding it. Israel has enough power to take out Palestine themselves if they feel like it. Okay? In regards to that also, this guy Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, is now saying that we will not allow Putin to win against Ukraine. So, maybe they're just optics. And I think they may be. That's the good news. Because we know where President Trump lies, and he has to show the optics. Maybe we're in that next phase where even the good guys are pretending not to be because they have to show in a certain direction. So we're going to see. I'm open to that. But I'm also open because they need the chaos and they need the money, right? It's all about controls. So I think I have to be personally very, very protective to unanimously throw my support behind Israel in this situation. So I am indifferent on the sides. I don't think we should take a side currently. And I know the whole right wing is pushing right now, oh, you've got to support them. If you don't support Israel right now, you're an anti-Semite. Well, screw you. And that's really what's going on here. And if we don't wake up to that, we're going to have even bigger issues. So hopefully he's just playing a part right now because they're saving Israel for last, as we've been told through the drops. So let's pay attention to that. But I think we should be aware. Now, something else to be aware of. I had a call with a very special person this morning that's letting me know that they are actively trying to activate MK Ultra people. Right? And the goal is to release a lot of them all throughout this month, the month of November. So MK Ultra is a real thing. In fact, we even had Laura Worley on. I think was it last week, and she was amazing in explaining how exactly this works. So there seems like they are trying to activate. This would be the deep state doing everything they can to bring in these people. Now, what is their goal? Why would they want to do that? Well, they want to do chaos. But remember, the one thing that the United States has that other countries don't. You need to be aware of that. So what can we do? Because that's the question. Can we stop it? I think we can. I think through mass prayer, I think we hold the power. In fact, I know we hold the power. So I would suggest now or after you get off watching this, we pray for, how about world peace? Like really world peace. Where else in the world that they would be thwarted before it even began. Pray positively because you manifest through positivity. So we don't want to live in fear or worry because we also manifest through worry. So let's do it positively. So that's my thoughts on that. All right. So, you want to see a weirdo? Let's play this weirdo right now. China. That's right. Isn't that interesting? And that letter was that is just released. This is being become public knowledge. They're talking about it actually on mainstream media, which we knew eventually would start happening, which is pretty interesting. So that's the way that works. I think maybe that's why Hunter's acting like a weirdo. But I have a way for you to get your pets to not act like weirdos. You've got to try sbgpets.com. That's right. The results we're seeing from our family are incredible. You know what was really cool is he's been very, very low energy. And I think he's about maybe 8 years old. He's had very low energy for a while, which is not like a husky. Lately, we walk in and he's jumping up and down. And if you've ever seen a husky smile, it's the coolest thing ever. So he's jumping up, down, and smiling and wants to play, and it's really, really awesome. The only thing we can attribute it to is we just changed his food. Very, very cool. Then we have a beautiful German Shepherd that's 17 years old. Unfortunately, he's had this, I don't know what you call it, a disease or whatever. He's had all these sores all the way through his nose, where his nose is extremely raw. He couldn't even open his mouth and eat because he would get sores and scabbed up like crazy. We changed his food. He got on the mushrooms, the ponies and the puppies from SBG Pets. And now that's virtually gone. He opens up his mouth and can eat his food now. Plus, he seems to have more energy. He's got more light to him. Now, he's still 17 years old, but he's doing phenomenal for that age. So it's a lot of fun to watch, guys. I would try sbgpets.com. It's phenomenal. And there's a little secret on there. If you click on humans, there may or may not be a product like this that may or may not do something for that letter C. And we're hearing phenomenal results on this. So go to sbgpets.com. And plus, full disclosure, it helps to support this show and everything else we do for Remember Your Oath and trying to save the world. I don't see my buddy in the background, so we're going to have to move past gloves are off. If he gets in here, that's great. So let's go to talk about WTF moments. That would be what the farfignugan. And yesterday, we showed a WTF moment of a lady in front of a fire station, and she was claiming that she was trying to drop her baby off and da-da-da, and it was actually pretty funny. Well, we should have done our due diligence. It turned out that she does all these videos all the time. We got so busy, Robert and I, and by the way, we don't have a huge team to vet this stuff, so you guys should understand that. When things are put under WTF moments, it just means we're not going to vet all of those because they're just weird videos half the time. This one would have been kind of easy for us to vet because I later looked at the video and her name was right on it and her YouTube channel was right on it. So we could have checked out, but it was sure a funny video. We would have played it anyways. The difference is I wouldn't have acted like I thought it was real because I would have vetted it, and we didn't. So we'll do better in the case like that, but still a cool video. We definitely got to show stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. So sorry, guys. That video was not real yesterday, but it was hilarious. So not so hilarious. Let's play this video. Lady is talking about her student loan. All right. So if you did the math quickly there, $80,000 loan, she paid $120,000. If she paid it off today, that's another $76,000. So if she paid it off today, she would have paid $196,000 on an $80,000 loan. Aw, they're really trying to take care of those students when they charge you $80,000, then charge you 3 times your loan amount at least, just so they can indoctrinate you. Isn't that special? All right. So let's move on to, this is interesting. This is a WTF moment. I've known about this, but I think this guy really articulates it pretty quick. I believe he is being interviewed by Joe Rogan. Let's call it Grandma Pharmacy. You don't think we live in a corpocracy? That is a microcosm of our corpocracy right there. So he makes 33% less on selling the product. She spends dramatically more because she thinks it's coming through her insurance, and he can get in massive trouble if he tells her the truth. Think about that. This is the land that we live in today. And this, why everybody here at SBG, Screw Big Gov, Remember Your Oath, Freedom in Action, Renegade Media, Unpopular Viewpoint, and all the amazing channels, this is where we have to make the difference, because we have to rebuild. And yes, we must tear it down to rebuild it. This system is disgusting, but we have everything we need in we the people to rebuild it. And I'm very, very, very excited about our future. Do me a favor while you're here. Please like, follow, hit the notification bell, right? And share everywhere you can. The algorithms are jacked up. We don't get virtually any push whatsoever. So we got to do everything we can to get these algorithms back in line, or to fight the algorithms. I mentioned yesterday that if you're already a subscriber to this Rumble channel, by the way, you should also go to Renegade's Rumble channel too with Robert. Subscribe there. That's the backup channel, so you should be subscribed to both of them. But I mentioned yesterday, kind of off the cuff, that a lot of people that are subscribers to this Rumble channel think they're still subscribing, and they're not. You would not believe the flood of emails, chats, text messages that I got saying, "Oh my Lord, you're right. I'm unsubscribed. I didn't know." So you guys need to double check and make sure you're following this channel, Screw Big Gov and Renegade Media, because whoever they are unsubscribing you guys. And I can tell you that I've had a precipitous drop of like 30% in my Telegram channel, and it's like no recovering. It just keeps going boop, 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 because there's no way to tell them they're unsubscribed because they're not seeing my feed anymore over at Telegram, and we're completely shadow banned. So that means we're over target. So let's find the positive in this. We must be doing something right because we're getting our asses kicked on social media all over the place. That's good, though. That's good. That means we're doing a good job. And ultimately, the man upstairs next to you in your head, or the whether you want to think about God, he's paying attention, and he knows that we're trying to do good work here. So let's do this. I want to play this, just a portion of this beautiful video. I don't know who this is, and I guarantee you somebody in here is going to say, "Oh, I know exactly who this is." So put it in chat, because this guy is saying what we've been saying here for about 4 years, and he gets a lot of it in just about 3 minutes. So let's play this video. I named this timeline contraction, and it's very apropos considering we were talking about timelines and the Mandela effect this week. So let's play this video. I'm very excited for you guys to see this.